Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Now then, on today's video we are going to be looking at this bad boy. Now this has very kindly been donated to the channel for review by Banggood, so big thumbs up to them, link in the description. It is the HXJRC HJ8 Flying Fish Remote Control Speedboat. Try saying that after a few beers. Now the weather in the UK here has been diabolical for the past few weeks, so why not explore a portion of the hobby where the RCs don't mind getting wet? So that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to check this little speedboat out. I shall be taking the wife with me because for some strange reason she doesn't really like RC vehicles, but she has a bit of a soft spot for boats, so I shall be taking her with me. She'll get to try this thing. But anyway, enough waffle. Let's crack the box open and see what we get inside. Right then, in the box we get our parts and instruction manual. We get a little stand for the boat itself. We get a USB battery charger and a tiny little spanner, it looks like, and what looks like a spare prop. We get our transmitter, which feels proportional because this is only a cheapie. Oh, I forgot to mention the price, didn't I? $39 or about 30 quid. I think it takes two, is it AA batteries? Oh God. Yeah, two AA batteries which you have to supply. And last but not least, we've got the actual boat itself. And to be honest, even though this is a little cheapie, it's not a bad looking piece of kit. It does actually look like a decent boat. It looks like we've got some little LEDs here. It looks like it's water cooled as well because there's a little outlet for something or an inlet. Anyway, let's pop the lid off and see what we get inside. Right then, underneath the waterproof lid, and I must admit this thing is a gorgeous metallic orange colour. Really done a nice job on it. There is a little battery. It is a little 700 milliamp hour lithium ion unit. I'll just take it over here a little bit so we can have a look. It looks like a water cooled 180 motor, so I don't know how powerful this thing is going to be. And we've got a little mini micro steering servo, which looks like, yes, 3-wire job. And up the front, in the bow, check the nautical terminology, we've got our ESC, dual ESC and receiver, and we've got a big prop shaft that runs down the centre of the boat itself. And that's about it really. There's not much to these little boats. I'll have a quick look through the manual, see what safety precautions we get with this thing, because sometimes obviously you don't want to be wading out to the middle of the lake to go and fetch it. So a lot of the time we'll have a range or a low battery warning. But anyway, let's check the manual out and see what safety things we get on it. Right then, I've just read the instructions and it looks like we've got a self-righting function which is controlled by that button there, which is very, very useful on a boat. And we've also got a low voltage protection warning, which I think the transmitter beeps at you when the transmitter batteries are low and or the batteries on the boat are low, which is very, very useful because you do not want to be wading out to the middle of a lake to go and retrieve this thing. The instructions do say, in order to ensure the boat returns safely, please immediately to the bank. So wise words indeed. And I'm just waiting for the battery to charge up, I should say, and then we'll try some of the functions, and then we'll hopefully take this thing out to a lake or something and give it a try. Now that the battery's charged, I thought before we take it out, we just quickly check the functions and just make sure everything's working. We've got two really bright LEDs on the port and starboard side of this little boat. The transmitter functions, we've got a speed dual rate, so we can turn the speed up and down. And we've also got a steering trim for the rudder. Everything works. We've got forwards and backwards. And that indeed is a self-righting function, which will come in very handy. Anyway, enough waffle. I'm dying to see what this thing is like. Let's go and try it. Right then, you know what you're doing, don't you, with regards to controls? No. It has got a self-righting function on it as well, which is that button there.
Well, if it does, you can.
And that's obviously the steering, and that's the throttle. So just go for it, babe. Not too far out though. It is proportional as well. Oh. Whoa. Crashed it.
Soon after.
Oh. Go on then.
A few moments later.
Whoa! Right, I am going to end up in a minute. Go and press the button. Well, that works a treat, that does. Yeah. Right, the battery's run out, and as you can probably hear, the transmitter is beeping furiously out. So, how long do you reckon the battery lasted?
I don't know.
About 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Was about that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what we'll do before we go, we'll just quickly check if there's any water in the hull. So let's open him up. See if it's dry. There's a little bit, not much though. Just come through the prop shaft, I think. Little tiny bit in the boat. Nothing. Yeah, it's nothing major. Right then, back inside, what do we think of our little flying fish here? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, despite this thing's diminutive stature, it was really good fun. Let's have some pros and cons. We'll not break with tradition. Let's have some cons first. And the first of which is the battery lasted about 10-15 minutes tops, probably close to 10 minutes actually. It is only a 700 milliamp hour unit, and unfortunately it's a 4-pin JST connector, and I haven't got any other batteries with that connector in my battery arsenal that will fit. So unfortunately it didn't last very long, and the biggest issue with that is I didn't actually get to have a go. And the second thing I've got written down in my list with regards to the bad points is there was actually a little bit of water in it. Not much, I must admit. It's either got in through the seal at the top, or I reckon it's got in through the prop shaft. I would have liked to have seen it completely dry, but it was only a dribble. Right then, let's have some pros, and the first of which I've got written down on my list is, despite this thing having only a little 180 brushed motor, it is actually quite rapid. So for its size, I think it's quite quick. The second thing I liked about this is with regards to the safety features. The self-righting function works an absolute treat, as does the low battery alarm, which will save you some grief in the future. Now, despite the missus giving this a hammering into the bank every 5 minutes, nothing broke, nothing fell off. The prop took a little bit of a beating, but yeah, I think you do get a spare, and so did the rudder. The rudder's got some marks on it, but apart from that, nothing broke. The next thing I've got written down on my list is the price. It's only 35 quid, or approximately $40, so this isn't an expensive little boat at all, and to be honest, for the money, you do get a reasonable product. So in conclusion, would I recommend the little flying fish to you guys? And I'm going to say absolutely yes. The missus had a laugh, I had a laugh watching her crash it. It's just good fun. I mean, this is the time of year where you can get your boat out, and it really doesn't matter what the weather's doing. You can take it to a lake, a pond, whatever, to give it a thrash round, and you know, you're still doing something RC related, and it doesn't matter how wet it gets. It's inconsequential. As ever, a big thumbs up to Banggood for supplying this full review to the channel. There will be a link in the description to where you can go and get it from. I will try and get a promo code off them. If it doesn't appear immediately in the description, there might be one later on, so check back. Anyway, if you found this video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button. It makes a massive, massive difference to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you again very, very soon. Thank you.